Brooklyn Nets to win. Let's get a bounce back game on here. This is Brooklyn Nets.
Hello and welcome to Saturday night with the NBA on 2K Sports. An exciting game on the way. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Ellie LaForce. And a look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Nikola Jokic.
And as you might expect at this stage of his career, his passing numbers have been dipping year to year. But having his veteran presence and helping to lead this team with his experience, that's something you can't put a price on.
Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. MP is out there with Walter. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barnes in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, we've got Walker. He's out there with Khalil Bear. And it's Grady in at the small forward position. What a treat we have tonight, Tim. These are two of the top teams in the East.
Well, both of these teams have their
Like that.
on the NBA Finals, so this game has extra
Start.
playoff seeding and home court advantage will be huge. The moment Bam gets the ball close in, he's really hard to stop.
Outside Walker. Here's Mack, covered by MP. Down low. And he dumps it. What a pass to set him up.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied.
Right to bad.
To Adebayo.
Like bad.
Back to Jokic. Toronto passing it around.
Can't be all tall.
Outside. Brooklyn with the board. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
The issue in that one was simple. They didn't hit the glass. They got bullied and outworked. You know, it simply comes down to effort. They were outwilled, and that just can't happen. Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, VA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Now here's MP. Last time, 45 points for him. Pass to Walter. Back to MP. Knocking 4. And he buries his first look.
That's the thing about MP. He can absorb contact, but still find a way to complete the play.
Walker sets a screen. And the layup is good off the glass. Walker's got his second basket on the night.
I love the execution we are seeing thus far. 4 shots and 4 makes.
Pass to Walter from deep. The rebound by Ware. Brooklyn leading by 5. Here's Grady. Oh, big D that time from Adebayo.
Well, they missed one after 4 straight makes. Still a good start to the game.
Come on, Ben.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Back to MP. Rebound Brooklyn. Here's Grady. 20 points for him last game against New York.
And let's not forget about the assist. His playmaking was critical for this team.
Here's Mack, leading by 5. A foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Here's Etchko. His last outing, he had 20. Inside. And it's flushed down. Nice jam.
Beautiful look right there. Led his man
defensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Pass to Walter. Cash.
Finally,
It's MP
time to
picking
go
up
to
the
my
assist.
Excellent find by MP. Passes like this really help team chemistry.
All right, let's check in with Ali LaForce.
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the Nets. He told me there's no real way to stop Nikola Jokic. He can score on anyone, and when you try to double him, he has sexy with his passing, which is arguably his most dangerous trait. Coach continued, you can pick your poison with Joker, but either way, you are getting poisoned. Back to you guys.
As always, Ali, we thank you.
Scotty Band
Pass
and
to Walter.
Cars.
Now here's Adebayo. Walker covering. Pulls up on the wing.
There we are.
He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
Here's Mack. Covered by MP. To the wing. Right side. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Mack. Three-pointer off the mark.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Walter. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game. Adebayo. No good. Brooklyn's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Walker. And the jam by Walker.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Raptors trail by 4.
One Chicago Walter.
MP with it. Doing damage on offense. He's averaging about 29 and a half a game. Jackson for 3. Man, can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. Here's Edgecombe. Yet to see a basket. Always a nice way to start. Takes the first game.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Pass to Jokic. Now Adebayo.
My bad.
Over Walker. And again, Toronto, no good.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Here's Grady. He's guarded by Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And stolen by Jokic.
I Scotty Jam it. There we go.
Dunked by Barnes.
Wow. Barnes straight down the lane for the jam.
Here's Mack. Covered by MP. Walker, a screen on MP. 13 feet out. And the shot no good. A bit short. Raptors trail by 4. And he drives in. Good. And the assist goes to Adebayo. MP's got his second basket.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Timeout called.
Tron out right
Legs
there.
now the
Too.
final stages of this regular season. These two teams both highly motivated.
Well, BA playoff positioning is on the line. So games like this take on an even greater significance with postseason intensity on display.
The burden of expectation is real for these teams.
They can all sense it.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Cardinals checked in for Nikola Jokic. Moore comes in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Wallace in for Walter. Here's Marion. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York. That's to Ware. Oh, he hammers that one down right in the Back to Cam. Now here's MP. Wallace outside. Launches the three. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Walker's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. They lead by 4. The last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Today's game is about effort and energy. They got crushed on the glass the last time these teams played.
Well, I don't think you can look at these matchups and think it can be just one guy. I would have everybody on the glass to help out.
Pass to Toure. Ooh, good finish at the rack on the slip feed. And the Nets lead by 6.
The big story thus far, how well they shot the
Ron
ball.
Tyson Wallace.
Wallace outside. Back to MP. 3-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. MP's got 7 points in the game.
MP being involved from beyond the arc is trouble for the opposition.
Tim, you look at Casey Wallace. He has been a plug-and-play defensive guard in this league.
Well, PA, you're talking about a guy who wants to pick you up full court every minute he's on the floor. He is just tireless and relentless on the defensive end. He's the kind of player every coach wants to have, regardless of his minutes. He makes the impact defensively.
I've heard you say it before. The fastest way to minutes, if you're a young guy, is on the defensive end.
Coaches are taking
Ron
notice
Tyson
of
Wallace.
that want-to factor.
Now here's
Wallace.
Wallace.
Why
He
you
got
was
one to fall
hard?
yet.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Here's Traore. Pass to Edgeo. Lets the 3 fly. Kongu with the rebound.
Well, he wanted to answer that 3 with one of his own. Unfortunately, he couldn't knock it down. He's been on fire since the beginning of this game, particularly when you look at the high percentage shots he's getting.
Here's Edgeo. You know, his impact on offense has been terrific. Scoring just around 20 points a game.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Pass to MP. Back to Wallace. Let's go with a 3. Cash.
Sorry,
It's
Tyson
MP
Wallace.
picking up the assist. MP's got 3 assists tonight.
I just love the ball movement.
Here's Traore. Blocked by Wallace. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Now that's how you capitalize on a 3.
And good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Now here's Wallace. 6 points for him. MP looking around. Toronto needs to get off a shot here.
Onward jumper.
Kongu, no good. Brooklyn trailing. Hachimura outside. There's 47 seconds left in the opening quarter. He's off on that one. Ball stolen. In transition. Here comes Brooklyn. It's stolen by Kongu. The
Nice
inside.
spotting.
Barnes.
Crazy.
Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
And this is how you finish inside. Barnes, I mean, he doesn't fear anyone close to the rim.
Here's Traore. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Hachimura with a screen on MP. And Edgecombe gets it to go.
15 seconds left. Shot clock off. We're gonna take a foul shot.
Now here's MP. 9 points in the game. And the shot goes. MP's got 11.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
And
Oh,
so it's
the first
MP
quarter,
making
late
things
by 3.
happen for the Toronto Raptors. 11. Man, it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play.
Oh my god.
All right,
You gotta
guys,
get
what's your
some
take on the hustle
Hachimura.
stats for the Raptors?
This guy, that
So
left
far,
shot.
they've had a lot of success off fast break plays. They'll probably continue to push the tempo as much as possible.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they lack ball security.
So on the floor for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. We've got Christian Brown. MP is out there with Walter. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's It's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
MVP in their
Jokic.
last time out against the Warriors was tremendous. He scored 45 points and he made a significant
Come on,
contribution
Jokic.
from beyond the arc. As usual, it was a performance
Go,
that will
Jokic.
stick with the fans for a long time. Let's see what he has in store for us in this one.
Great report there, Allie. It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, man.
Yeah, BA, there was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive. Well, that's a tough rebound there to secure, but he put all of his size in there in order to secure
All
it.
right, Jokic. Come here, bro.
Out left to the wing.
Cody Walter for 3. Let's
That's all.
go.
Nice feed from Jokic. Walters has gotten his second bucket on the night.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They really emphasize ball movement here today.
3 from Edgecombe. Knocks down the long game. Edgecombe's got 9.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, and it's really competitive out there.
Now here's MP. 11 points in the game. Here's Brown.
Shoot Brown for 3. Let's go.
An elite passer at his position. Jokic just seems to have eyes in the back of his head sometimes.
Pass to Marion. Here's Edgecombe. Here's Toure. He takes it in. He's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Raptors lead by 6. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's Jokic.
Brown.
Pass to MP.
All right, I'm gonna. Watch that right, yo.
MP going to work down
Take a little
low.
timeout. We
Well, you
got
can
like,
just
hey.
feel it right now. MP is making this game his own.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. Okay, a moment to check out the league leaders in steals. 4th, MP.
And he's such a plus defensively for his team. Those steal numbers scare opponents and lead to fast break buckets.
The 3 from Edgecombe. Toronto grabs a miss. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
There obviously was a breakdown of the defensive end. They gave away too many clean looks.
Well, they say film doesn't lie. You can just imagine these guys watching this film. It's going to be an ugly sight for sure.
And it's Simmons missing.
And that leaves his coach scratching his head because you can't get a better
Oh,
look than that.
Jokic on the try.
To the paint. Kicks it out to MP. Launches it
Deep
from
3.
deep. Rebounded by Toure. Nets trail by 11. With the step back. And that one is hammered home.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hop, right? You add that to his ability to
Sorry,
penetrate.
Jokic.
That's 2 easy points. Now here's
Yeah, and pull
Adebayo.
up. There we
And you
go.
look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game.
And what I love about Adebayo is he picks smart shots to take. Just an efficient offensive player.
Here's Edgecombe. Pass to Mack. Over MP. Tries it from 19. Will not
Yep,
go.
yep,
Misses
yep.
off the front iron. There's the triple.
Another three.
Rebound by Simmons. The Nets have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. That one goes out of
Nice throw
bounds.
it away.
Last touch
Wow.
by Edgecombe. And let's take a look now at some numbers for him.
And I'm sure he's hoping to correct the dip his three-point percentage has suffered over the last 10 games. He's going to be hustling hard to pull that back up again.
Pass to
Started
Jokic.
bad.
Back to MP.
Come on, man.
Toronto passing it around. Here's Adebayo.
Started
Shot is
bad.
good on the assist by Jokic. Jokic has got assist number 7 tonight. Nets trail by 16. Here's Edgecombe. He's got 11. To the middle. Will it go? And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Now, BA, you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does.
Started bad.
Here's Adebayo.
And
He was
one.
fouled in the
Let's
act of
go.
shooting. Opportunity for a three here.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
Free throws good, Adebayo. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as
Guard
important
band.
as putting up
Easy
the
layup.
And that one's good. And that's 13 points for Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, boy, has he dialed in perfect from the field this period.
Here's Mack, covered by MP. Pass to Grady. The three. Knocks down the triple. Grady's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Let's go to
Side
Jokic.
Brown. Now here's Jokic.
The double in.
And here's Adebayo. Outside Brown. Takes
Pushes
the
Brown for
three.
three.
It's
Oh.
rebounded by Edgecombe. Nets trail by 16. Pass to Mack. Here's Edgecombe. The three. Mack's shot is off.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Jokic.
Oh,
Good,
Jokic.
and the assist goes to MP. MP's got 6 assists in the game.
Hey, Jokic has a number of moves to choose from, especially deep inside.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Mack. Lets it go from deep. Hits the three-pointer. Mack's got himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there, not nearly enough.
Adebayo finds Jokic. Here's Walter.
Jokic.
Behind the arc.
To Jacoby Walker for three. It's good.
Walters
Let's
has
go.
got 9.
So after making one in the first quarter, he's now made 2 here in the second. Starting to get it going a little bit.
Pass to Edgecombe. The deep three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Raptors lead by 15. Outside Brown.
Jokic.
And here's MP. Lays it up and banks it in. MP's got 21 points in the game.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Mack, covered by MP. Driving in. And it goes. As the official calls the foul. And he'll shoot one more at the line. Troy checked in for Brooklyn. Toronto also changed it up. Barnes, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Moore comes in for Brown. And it's Wallace in for Walter.
Well, I think
All
at
right,
this point the
nice
whole team is pressing, but he certainly looks frustrated.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Here's Grady. 6 points for him.
Good D.
It's rebounded
Yep,
by
yep,
Moore.
yep.
Toronto leading by 17. Back to MP.
Let's go to Jokic. Go to
Down low.
Jokic.
Kicks it out to Barnes.
Scotty for three.
Three-pointer.
Jokic offensive rebound and puts it back
Jokic
in.
lays it up and in. Jokic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And he's just slippery down there. I mean, Jokic makes gaining position look so easy.
This one for three. Toronto grabs the miss. Outside Barnes takes a three. Rebounded by Grady. Nets trail by 19. Pass to Mack. Now Walker. He's guarded by Barnes. Walker against Barnes. Here's Mack for three. Barnes with the rebound.
Well, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Brooklyn has gone 50% from the perimeter in the second, shooting 4 of 8. And stolen by Jokic. Here comes Toronto on the push. And here's MP from outside. Drills in from deep. MP's got 24.
His third shot from downtown this quarter. 4 for the game.
Pass to Walker.
Good day, Scotty.
Play in the first half. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. MP no good.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Hachimura, the pass to Grady. Back to Hachimura. There's the foul. It's on Mason Wallace. That's his first foul. Here's Edgecombe, covered by MP. Pass to Grady. Inside. Here's Ware. Oh, locked it in. Green just gets shot at as many attempts.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
MP outside.
I'm on Tyson Wallace.
Back to Wallace.
Three.
Downtown.
Let's
Good.
go.
And the assist goes to MP. MP's got assist number 8 here already in the game. Here's Edgecombe, covered by MP. Here's Edgecombe. He's got 11. Here's Grady.
Good day. They lead by 23 to
So
end
as
the
we
first
conclude
half.
the first half, a fairly one-sided game. It's the Raptors just dominating this one. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. It's been all MP in the first half. A lot to like from him.
The confidence of MP stands out to me so far. He's been in total control of the situation, and defense has not slowed him down.
He has been sensational, leading by example out there. And this might be a good time to check out the power rankings coming down the stretch.
Checking out Toronto. They're in that #1 spot for a reason. Playing well as a team, making it look easy. Definitely the team to beat right now, guys.
Going to take a lot to knock him out that top spot. Until then, this is their league.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's
I'm
been
on
everywhere.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Walker out there with Khalil Ware. Then there's Edgecombe, and it's Grady with the 3. So that's the Nets 5. Ware, the screen. Here's Mack, covered by MP. The 3 from Edgecombe. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one. MP no good. Well, the Nets shoot shooting around 50% of the game so far. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. The three from Edgecombe. Rebound Toronto. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in the game. MP no good.
They started out this half ice cold, 0 for their first 3.
Pass to Edgecombe. Where the screen. Here's Edgecombe. Counted by Adebayo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Max. Drops it with 3. Max got 8 points.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
Here's Walter. Lets a 3 fly. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his first foul of the game. Nets trail by 20. Here's Mack. Give him 8. There, the screen. Top of the key. And the Nets tack on 2 more. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Pass to Jokic. To the inside. Here's Adebayo.
Right down.
Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic just got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
Jokic's
Brooklyn
really
is gone,
about
only
to
1
get a
3
triple
from deep here in the
double.
third.
Finish
Here's
this
Grady.
one.
He's guarded by Barnes. Here's Mack. To the middle. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Now he's been reliable tonight, but that's certainly not the case for his team in general.
And here's MP.
Come on, man.
24 points for him. Adebayo
Three.
from ball range.
Oh my god. Why can't we make threes?
Number 7 tonight.
Well, sure, he hasn't
Why am I the only one that can make threes right now? Why can't these other teammates be able to knock down their threes?
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Cam.
Jacoby Walton, you gotta stop bricking threes, bro. You gotta make them.
Back to MP. 4-3 on target from range. MP's got 27 points.
What I love about MP there, he was shot ready, hands and feet ready to go.
The foul called on MP. That's his third foul so far. Okongwu checked in for Toronto. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. It's Walker on the wing. Counted by Adebayo. Back. 3 from Edgecombe. Bucket again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
Pass to Okongwu. Down low. Shoots from 12. And Adebayo, the bucket. On the assist from Okongwu. Adebayo's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Mack. Covered by MP. 19-footer. And he gets the high bounces out and drops in. Mack's got 12 points in the game.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific mood right now.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
MP shot is off.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Pass to Grady. Here's Mack. Shot clock at 5. Brooklyn needs to get off the shot here. No problem sitting it down with that. He's got 15.
He has been unguardable. There's been no misses yet. You have to keep giving him the ball.
Come on, man. Make threes. Space the floor.
27 points for him.
Come on.
Adebayo from long range.
Oh my god. The teammates can't make a three.
Paint. Here's MP. MP making his presence felt.
Yeah, attacking on the interior.
Unbelievable.
MP
My
can be
team was
relentless.
absolutely terrible. 3-point shooting right
Here's
now.
Mack. Here's Grady. Off target from 3-point range.
Give him
MP's got 31.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, you'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Here's Edgecombe. He's got 16. And he jams it home with authority.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass and rhythm.
And so MP will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. Pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Walker. Adebayo, that's good. 19 points for Bam Adebayo.
And continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
Here's Edgecombe. You know, his impact on offense has been terrific, scoring just around 20 points a game. Here's Mack. And Brooklyn again with a bucket.
We have to call a timeout. We've got to stop trading buckets with the city, bro.
Excellent
Come on,
find with the
bro.
pass to create that scoring up.
We're going to stop
Timeout
missing
called by Darko
open
Rajovic.
shots.
Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same
But that's
page.
been the problem. It's Jacoby Walter and all those guys just break every single shot that they take. It's unbelievable. Like if they had made those shots, this lead would be out by like 30 plus right now. Unbelievable.
Raptors making a switch here. As the playoffs draw closer, here's what the East looks like. You take
Start of the fourth quarter up by 14.
Toronto leading by 14. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. They've got Nikola Jokic, Christian Brown out there with MP.
Christian
Dennis
Brown's
Walter,
is great.
and
There we go.
Barnes in at the 4 slot.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
One more miscommunication at the defensive end. Just brutal. It can't happen.
Pass to Toure. The 3 is up. The offensive
And
rebound.
oh, we can't get a freaking rebound.
Boards as they picked up the second chance points.
Well, he just outworked everybody there. Give him credit. He deserved to be rewarded for that effort.
Now here's MP. Puts up a 3. And the Raptors another 3.
Well, he hit 4 threes in the first, and now he's drained 2 more here in the second quarter. Absolutely on fire from deep.
Here's Marion. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Pass to Walter from deep. Back falls. Nice feed from Jokic.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Nets trailed by 18. Here's Traore. Outside Walker. And here's Edwards. Covered by Jokic. Edwards a screen on Brown. To Edwards. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Edwards has got his first basket.
Yeah, he just needs more shots. He has to get more involved.
Pass to Jokic. Here's Walter. 3-pointer. Jokic passes to MP. Back to Jokic. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Raptors lead by 18.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
Nothing will drive your coach crazier than what you just saw. Lack of focus, lack of effort.
Marion with the bucket.
But to stop him, you have to get better rim protection disciplined than that.
MP with it. Down low. Kicks it out to Barnes. Fires the three. Buries it from three.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And all of that success from the three-point line will open up driving lanes. Let's see if they can take advantage of that as well.
Pass to Mack. Here's Marion. Fires the three. Jokic grabs the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And obviously, we know so many kids
Who
dream
does
of being
free
professional
throws?
athletes. But when did that become a real goal of yours, Legs?
Well, B.A., honestly, about the age of 8, I thought I was headed for the major leagues. That all changed with a 7-inch growth spurt in one school year. Decided to try basketball for the first time, and man, am I glad I did.
Ware's checked in for Brooklyn. No good on the second, so he hits
Can't make
1-2.
free throws
As we continue to see the value of NBA franchises climb. Grant, are you glad you got in when you did?
Oh, yes, I am. Beyond all the dollars and cents, it's just the joy of having a hand in the growth of this game and this league that we all love so much.
Pass to Walter. The three ball. Edwards pulls it in. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. Here's Mack. Outside Walker. Nails it from beyond the arc. Walker's got 5 points now this quarter.
And now that's 1-3 in each half. He is trying to make the
Come on, Jacoby Walter. Make a shot.
Pass to Walter from the arc.
My goodness. Jacoby Walter, you need to get off the tee. You're ruining our team, bro. You need to start making shots and not.
Absolutely jaw-dropping. Pass to Walter. Outside Brown. And here's MP. Here's the three. And again, no good by Toronto. Here's Mack. On the take. Walker for three. Rebound Toronto. Barnes has got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the inside. Jokic. Oh, he's a monster. Jokic just flexing out here.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple. Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Raptors lead by 12. Pass to Walter. Back to MP. Takes it in. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
They call
MP's
timeout.
got
We got
13 in the second
14.
half.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win and reach, don't expect him to let up.
Timeout Nets. force.
I was able to listen in on what the Nets coach was going over with his team, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. Pass to Walter. MP outside. Barnes feeling it out a bit. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. Brooklyn pulls it in. Pass break, Brooklyn. Here's Henchko. Pass to Ware. Walker for three. He drops it for rain.
And he's leading the charge for them. But let's be honest, he needs more help if they're going to get out in front.
He's doing everything he can to keep him in this game, finding good looks.
Walter from outside. Walker pulls down the board.
So he is off the deep. Maybe it's time to look for another option.
And that one is stopped right through.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. Outside Adebayo. There's the triple. Brooklyn pulls it in. Ware's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Toure. Here's Henchko. Stripped away. Inside. Adebayo. Adebayo just cooking inside.
It's an effective offensive talent. Adebayo plays so hard, and that's really what drives his game.
Now Ware. Here's Grady. Nails it from three.
It's been a modest run scoring so far. Maybe that shot will encourage him to get some more looks.
Pass to Jokic. Takes back. And Adebayo, the bucket on the assist by Jokic. 23 points for Bam Adebayo. Here's Toure, covered by MP. Here's Grady, clock at 6. Jokic for the rebound. MP. Barnes. And he grabs the board and finishes it off.
They're hitting the offensive glass with purpose. You gotta love the activity from Scotty Barnes.
Timeout Nets.
No calls
MP
on
really
two
making a
thirty
difference
to the
here.
left to
Well, he's been lights out from the 3 all night. Perfect time to call a timeout and try to stop the bleeding.
Checked in for Walter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Adebayo outside. Fires the three. Can't get it to go. Nets trail by 10. deep. The triple drop.
Well, if you
Oh, we
can't
called
look at the
timeout.
I think you made
2:04 left, we're up by
We
7.
thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense out there right now.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Here's MP.
I'm on Casey Wallace.
There's a minute 59 left in the fourth quarter here.
Go, Casey Wallace.
It's just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset. That thing always ready to pounce. Ball is outside. Here's MP. 6 to shoot. Now Barnes. Oh, ho, ho! That's a man on a mission right there.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
I'm on Casey Wallace. Let's go.
And he is cooking right now. There is no better feeling. Keep giving him the ball.
The three. Jokic for the rebound.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Oh, it doesn't go. Here's Mack. Counted by Adebayo. The release. It's gone. What a day. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Earlier they held a 23-point lead.
Come on, Bam. Make it 3.
Adebayo outside. Puts up the tray. The
There we
three is
go.
in.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will
I'll
be
do
filled
it.
with some
We're only
smiles.
by 10.
It is never easy to
I
win
have
on the road,
37
but they
2
rose
14
the
to
challenge.
finish this one. We get a bounce back win. And we win the season series over the Brooklyn Nets.